Gabriel Garcia Marquez by Will, Sir Ashley, Carter, and Lowry. Gabriel Garcia Marquez was born March 6, 1928 in Aracataca, Colombia. He attended the National University of Colombia and University of Cartagena.
His first story was published while he attended college. He is considered one of the leading Latino authors. After college, he became a journalist. Garcia Marquez is famous for the novel 100 Years of Solitude and was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1982.
Hello and welcome to our live interview with Mr. Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Mr. Marquez, tell me a little about yourself.
Well, I grew up in Colombia and was born on March 6, 1928. I began writing at a very young age. I published my first novel in college and was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1982.
Wow, you've lived a very long life. 1928, that makes you 85 years old. And a Nobel Prize, you're very accomplished.
Thank you.
Tell us how you got started writing, Mr. Marquez.
Well, I've always enjoyed writing. I grew up listening to family tales. My grandfather would tell me about his war stories. He also used to tell me about his parents' dating adventures. These stories helped enrich my mind and improved my writing. They helped me create my brand of magical realism, which combines fact and fantasy. Actually, one of my most famous novels, 100 Years of Solitude, greatly demonstrates magical realism.
That's quite interesting. Can you share some details about the novel with us?
Yes, of course. The novel tells the story of the rise and fall of a mythical town called Macondo. It is a chronicle of life and death. Through the family in which I tell the story in the town of Macondo, one can see all of Latin America.
What about some of your other works? Can you tell me about maybe Love in the Time of Cholera?
Sure. Love in the Time of Cholera is a love story about a young girl who falls in love with a young man, but is forbidden to marry him because of her father. So she eventually marries a doctor who is trying to eradicate cholera in the Caribbean.
That's quite interesting. I've heard that recently your writing career has ended due to dementia.
It's quite sad. I really enjoyed writing.
I'm very sorry to hear that. It's a shame such a great writer can no longer write. On a happier note, can you tell me more about your Nobel Prize?
Yes, of course. As I said before, I won it for literature. I received this honor because of my novels, but also for my short stories.
Wow, that's quite an honor. Now, Science Daily describes your reasons for winning by saying, "For his novels and short stories, in which the fantastic and the realistic are combined in a richly composed world of imagination, reflecting a continent's life and conflicts." I think that pretty much sums it up. Well, it looks like our time here is running out. Thanks for joining us today, Mr. Garcia Marquez. Your novels and short stories have been inspirational, not only to the Latino population, but to us all.
Thank you. It was my pleasure to come.
In recent years, Gabriel Garcia Marquez has published his memoir, Living to Tell the Tale, receiving great reviews and accolades from critics and fans.
Some of his more famous novels, such as 100 Years of Solitude and Love in the Time of Cholera, have drawn worldwide audiences.
Marquez is an especially important figure in Latin America. He is strongly committed on the side of the poor and weak against political and economic oppression. Some of his other works include Leaf Storm, Fame, Autumn of the Patriarch, In Evil Hour, Strange Pilgrims, Love and Other Demons, and No One Writes to the Colonel.